Finally, this brings us a close to this set of training videos, a basic set of training videos looking at Dreamweaver in a fundamental way. I just want to have a quick recap of some of the things that we have learnt and some of the things that you may not be clear about. First thing we went through is markup language, and we had a look at the basic HTML tags. The second thing we looked at was the types of HTML, so we had a look at the new revisions of HTML, XHTML, etc. We also had a look at the naming conventions. What I mean by naming conventions is always use lowercase, never use spaces. Spaces are inaccurately presented by the web browser, so I gave a demonstration of where we have spaces in the links. They are then presented with I think it was a percentage sign by the web browser. And then we had moved along to Dreamweaver, and we had a look at our graphical user interface, and we had a look at panels, the right set of panels, how to set up your own panels, and your workspace layouts. We then had a look at our website structure, and what makes a website fundamentally is a collection of files and images. We then had a look at our site folder, or our local root folder. In terms of website terminology, that is our main folder, which is on the desktop. If we're using and working on the desktop, it was then referred to as locally. So if we're working from home, or if we're working on the actual computer itself, the machine itself, is then referred to as a locally. If we then place this folder onto a server, it's then referred to as we're then working remotely in terms of web terminology. We also refer to this as site folder or local root folder. Local root folder meaning is stored on our desktop, which then contains our images. It could contain our index file. It can contain CSS, HTML files, as well as a Swift file, for example. We then moved on and had a look at basic tables, alignment. We then went inside code view. We had a look at how the code was automatically being generated, and we then made a change to that tables as well by entering the center tag as well. We then looked at linking and inserting an image. We linked various images, we linked various web pages together, and we inserted an image which was sitting in our folder. And we had already set this up. I got you guys to set this up before we actually developed and built our website. Finally, we looked at defining a website, which is a brilliant way of looking at file management and its various folders. And there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this set of training videos. I'll obviously make a few more. Have a look at the next chapter, which is a slightly intermediate level of Dreamweaver, where we look at a few of the things in a bit more detail, and we start developing and gearing towards developing a much more professional website. And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out and sign up to our newsletter.